Greetings, everyone. Within the annals of her past and present, she retains her scientific identity. Once, the notion of attending Sunday school nestled more within the realm of tradition and deeply held belief. Subsequently, traversing the corridors of college, medical school, and rigorous surgical training defined her journey. Faith, an elusive entity, occupied a peripheral space while she navigated the demands of a bustling career, a spousal partnership, and nurturing 4 children. Her reliance rested steadfastly upon her own capabilities, achievements, and intellect, leading her to believe that the presence of a divine being was unnecessary. However, an unforeseen episode unfolded in South America during a kayaking expedition, ushering in an unparalleled juncture. In that moment, when faced with a critical juncture, the necessity of a divine intervention became apparent. It was then that everything underwent a profound transformation. The recollection of that particular narrative vividly encompassed an intense encounter, navigating a kayak over a cascading waterfall, succumbing to being ensnared beneath a staggering 8 to 10 feet of rushing water, a distressing sensation of entrapment, and the absence of an apparent escape. Within that pivotal juncture, she stood at a crossroads, confronted with a momentous choice, a divergent path, either turning towards or away from the divine. Electing to beseech the manifestation of God's will, irrespective of the ensuing consequences, marked a significant milestone. It denoted her initial sincere plea, "God, let your will manifest in my earthly existence," liberating herself from imposing personal desires or a predefined timetable. It was an act of relinquishing control, heralding the onset of an extraordinary, unforeseen expedition. That juncture in her existence mirrored the lives of many. Death remained an abstract notion, an unexplored terrain. While she encountered patients who had traversed beyond, the personal encounter with the loss of an intimate relative or friend had not intersected her path. Her life, till then, glided through largely unscathed by substantial trials. Faith, as often posited, remains untested until confronted with adversities, particularly when encountering the poignant grasp of loss. The discourse with Dr. Neal navigated towards an introspective expedition, a retrospective journey through life's corridors. It entailed revisiting the most agonizing epochs, navigating them through the lens of comprehension, deciphering the intricate web of events leading up to that precise moment, and assimilating the life narratives of all involved. This wasn't the conventional premise of absolution. Instead, it was an immersive plunge into understanding and empathizing with the far-reaching ramifications of human inflictions upon one another. This was an embodiment of divine absolution, expansive as the unfathomable expanse between East and West, a consummate and unequivocal amnesty, stemming from divine cognizance of each individual's saga. In this transcendent experience, animosity, rancor, or disgrace found no haven, supplanted entirely by the omnipresence of divine love. Amidst the life retrospective, the revelation unfurled, delineating the expanse of divine clemency, and discernment encapsulating the entirety of human narratives. It supplanted deleterious emotions with an outpouring of empathy, compassion, or other manifestations of love. Embraced within the expansive perspective, under the aegis of Jesus' embrace, she transcended the confines of her corporeal vessel, observing acquaintances earnestly endeavoring to revive her. The departure of her spirit, whether labeled as her essence or true self, transcended her physical form, rising from the water's embrace. This ethereal event challenged the boundaries of existence, blurring the lines between life and death, between consciousness and unconsciousness. It marked a shift from mere existence to a heightened state, and from awareness to an elevated consciousness. Every aspect of her being surged, magnified manifold. Time and space morphed into an entirely new dimension, allowing her to taste eternity within each fleeting moment. It was akin to experiencing a multitude of realities simultaneously, each with its distinct essence and autonomy. Explaining this phenomenon proves challenging, yet she found herself embraced by a congregation of otherworldly entities, beings who seemed to have cherished and recognized her throughout her existence, extending beyond her comprehension. The act of recognition eluded her grasp. She hadn't known these entities in her earthly life. However, an ineffable sense of their importance in her life's story pervaded her consciousness, reminiscent of distant ancestors whose lives had ended before her birth. Their joyous welcome palpably surrounded her as they guided her through a mesmerizing path adorned with vibrant colors, fragrant blooms, resonating with the inherent beauty of her soul. In this afterlife, a divine force enveloped her in an overwhelming sense of familiarity, love, and immersion in beauty. These celestial guides escorted her to a breathtaking structure where she resided for what felt like an extended period. During her stay, she gained profound insights into the celestial order governing the universe, comprehending its orchestration of all things, how every inhabitant of Earth, numbering in billions, was individually cherished as if each were the sole dweller. It revealed the intricate interconnectedness among all beings, human, animal, and the natural world, a tapestry intricately woven by the hand of God. And then she was sent back. The question arose, did she wish to remain? God showed her that her time had not yet come, despite her desire to stay. Unfinished earthly work awaited her. God gave her a list of unfinished tasks, despite her protests. Some may question whether it was a vision or a fleeting thought, but it was a list of tasks to be completed. Considered, this document contains tasks. Please return and fulfill your obligations. Strangely, she was unmoved by the contents. Qualifications and willingness to meet these demands were lacking. After reflection, she realized that true metamorphosis, knowledge, and progress rarely occur in simple circumstances. Multiple list entries prompted skepticism. The most difficult was learning of her eldest son's sudden death, a vibrant 9-year-old boy. No reason was given for his abrupt departure. When she asked questions about the cosmic odds, a flashback of her life revealed a divine plan even in the world's adversities. She was reminded that trust was crucial. She reunited with her earthly form soon after. Dr. Neil, did your celestial encounter help you cope with losing your son in a car accident years later? She said spiritual truths and God's promises were her only sources of strength during the following sorrowful days. Over a decade, many mornings were uncertain. Her faith in God didn't protect her from bereavement or the emotional toll of losing her son. Their relationship was deep, and she would sacrifice her life for him like any parent. However, her faith in God's promises allowed her to find joy and appreciation even in the darkest days. She found contentment in the present by consciously trusting God's promises every day. I appreciate your attention. Your support is much appreciated. If this story has captivated you and you want to learn more, please subscribe to our channel. You'll stay connected and be the first to hear about our upcoming adventures and thought-provoking revelations. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell to avoid missing our excitement and wisdom. Your participation is invaluable, and we eagerly await your participation in this exploration and inspiration journey with our community.